Hi everyone. My name is Linh, a normal woman like any others you can see easily on the street every day. Despite my healthy looks and smiles always on my lips, I've had OCD and panic disorder for 14 years. There were times I could not leave my house nor do anything useful. I was homebound and drowned in my negative thoughts. But anyway, there is still a valuable lesson, and one of the main reasons that I came to found Beautiful Mind Vietnam, a non-profit organization that aims to provide free knowledge and service about clinical psychology and mental health for Vietnamese people. I was also born in a family full of arts traditions. My great-great-grandfather was a poet named Vũ Đình Liên. So as far as I've exposed to art, I can say it is a very important thing for everyone. So now I will say a little bit about art. Well, we usually perceive art as something abstract, deep in meaning, and complicated. Yes, it can be, but for me, it is also realistic and down to earth. Leo Tolstoy, in his essay named What is Art, described art in a very relatable way. Art is not some mysterious ideas about beauty or God. It is neither a game in which man lets off his excess energy, but it is a means of union among men, joining them together in the same feelings, progress toward a well-being of individuals and of humanities. And for me, art is not a thing, it is a way, and specifically a very beautiful way of healing oneself. So we often hear somebody says that if we are sick, we should go to the doctor to see what's wrong and treat it. Yes, indeed. For example, if you have abdominal pain, there may be something wrong with your stomach or bowel. If someone has lung cancer, there will be a tumor, an unusual cell grows inside the lung. So mental health is as important as physical health. We can have anxious, sad, and angry feelings from time to time, just like we catch a cold. But if you have mental illness, so there may be some things not right in your brain, for example, chemical imbalance, neurotransmitter deficiency, etc. So here's is an image of normal brain scan versus brains with mental illnesses. You can see they have a different scan image here. So, yeah. So therefore, I think art is an approach to heal our minds and help us have a better mental immune system. Art therapy, on the other hand, is one of the most recommended approach that are being used by a professional and therapists to treat mental illness. But today, I will only talk about art in our daily life and how it can heal us. Language may be different from person to person, country to country, but art is not. It is something we all share in common. So I will talk about some kind of art, for example, music or visual arts. So firstly, music. Sorry. Firstly, music. It is no doubt that a single song can soothe one's mind. According to Johnny Cash, a famous singer and songwriter, once said, I could wrap myself in a warm cocoon of a song and go anywhere. I believe that every one of us put on an earphones and isolate ourselves from the surrounding at least once, immersing in the music to especially when we're not feeling so well or want to relax a bit. Meaningful lyric and wonderful rhythm can be played again and again in our head in some of the most difficult times. And I believe music does really resolve our inner conflict. There are actually some scientific studies show that music can reduce stress and anxiety levels, aid pain relief, and improve life quality. Furthermore, it can also help Parkinson and stroke patients recover much faster, like they can walk faster and function back to normal. This is an image of the actual brain waves after listening for a certain rhythm after 50 minutes. For example, before, if this brainwave show that we have anxious, agitated, and confused feeling, so after 15 minutes, we feel more calm, confident, and relaxed. So for me personally, whenever I hear a good piece of music, I felt like negative energy are being thrown away. A beautiful lyric comes from a sweet singer voice. It's like a whisper to me. It's like somebody, at last, somebody care and she or he is listening and understanding what I've been through. So right now I will sing for you a verse of a song named "Somewhere Over the Rainbow." So hope you enjoy it. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. Somewhere over the rainbow, I don't know why can't I? So is it sound soothing, right? So if there are professional singers sing it, I thank you. So, secondly, I think there's another way to soothe people's mind is by looking at some images or moving pictures. It can be a funny pictures or a calm and beautiful landscape like oceans with rippling waves, a small town or mountains or fields. Cute pets and animal can also calm someone down when he or she is angry. So I can show you a picture of my pet. Her name is Lily. She is a Japanese speed dog. So here is her image. So you can see here, she is very cute, right? I think nobody can resist her cuteness. So whenever I feel angry at work or at home, I can look at her pictures and I feel more calm. So it's a very simple way that anyone always can do. So while looking at those pictures, I often imagine what's like to be in there. What would it be if I were there, and how could I interact and change something in it? So after a minute or two imagining, I was feeling calmer. So you should try some. Finally, I think trying coloring books and drawing, writing by yourself also help. Whenever I felt upset, I wrote my problem down one by one. Sometimes I even turned them to short stories and poems, and reading them out loud really made me feel better. So this is an example of me doing coloring books. And this is my painting. I tried some course on the internet. I think it's quite easy for you to do because it has step by step. So I use many vibrant and bright colors, so like these. Yeah. So after doing such picture like this, I feel more confident and calm, and it's like I achieved something. So there's a real project named How Arts Heal the Wounds of War in US. It is a project that uses art to help soldiers and veterans recover from brain injuries and post-traumatic stress disorder. They were told to make a mask like this and put the face to their pain. It helped them to get together, experience empathy. As Melissa Walker, the founder of that project, once said, tension and anger melted away. Everybody is hugging and crying. They all left feeling lighter. So you can see they are very powerful masks. They express the very painful feelings, but also they can express the negative past with each other like this. So yeah, it's painful to look, but it's also wonderful, I think. At our organization, we receive like up to 10 or 20 emails and messages each day to ask us about their problems. So there's a few cases that I use art to guide them and help them get better. So I would like to share with you here the two specific cases. But at first, please allow me to change some of their identities due to safety reasons. So the first case is a 16 years old girl named Mai. She's a student and she constantly felt anxious, worried, nervous, especially when an exam is near. She also had severe headache, tense muscle, and sleep disturbance at night. Eventually, she said to me, I cannot relax anymore. I lost all my interest in other things. All I can think of is study and study. Sounds pretty bad. So my first advice for her was to buy a plain notebook without lines and told her to write her problem one by one. If there's something troubling her, she could draw or even color this emotion. For example, red will be angry, fear will be gray color, sad will be dark blue, and so on. It gives her a sense of objectifying these emotions and not see them as something too troublesome. And also, when she has too many things to do, I told her to only do one thing at a time, and two things is not allowed. The reason behind this was, for normal people, our brains are already wandering around and have so many thoughts. But for anxious, anxiety disorder and stressed people, it is so much worse. They will have so much more running thoughts inside their head. And by doing one thing at a time can help them to be more focused and not easily obsessed into these negative feelings. The last thing I told her was to listen to a song of her choice. While listening to it, she could massage her arms and legs and her whole body. By doing so for a week, she significantly felt better and could study more effective. I also suggest her to do that from now on. So the second case is a 26 years old male named Tang. He was obsessed with the thought of being a better person, and he also had anger management issues. My advice for him was to tell him to listen to some rainy sounds or high-pitched musical instrument like flute or harp. Because according to a scientist in Pennsylvania State University, he said that these slow hushing noise are the sounds of non-threats. That's why they work to calm people down. It's like they're saying, don't you worry, don't worry. So this simple sound can help him to be more focused on the present without thinking too much about other complicated stuff. And I told him to only spend 15 minutes a day to just absolutely think about his problems, his negative feeling and obsessive thoughts without pushing it away. And one more thing to do is he could lay down and try breathing exercise when he was listening to some music. One more thing to note is because he had anger management issues, so he was reported to have violent actions toward people or things. So whenever he felt like he wants to hit somebody or want to destroy things, I suggest him to replace those actions with dancing because it will help him to transfer those negative feelings into a more positive and healthier ones. So you have known about my conditions. Since I use art altogether with medications and the help of my doctor, I was like 90% recovered. It was not so fast, but solid and very nice, very cheap to try. So I think there are also many other projects in Vietnam that use art and body activities to help improve our moods and contribute to a healthier mind, such as life art. So this is a project named Glass Ceiling. This is Who Am I? So they use a lot of activities to interact with each other and understand themselves more. So in conclusion, I think art is an effective way to recover us from psychological wounds and help us have a better mental health. And believe that in the future there will be more classes and workshops about art that cheap or even free to access later on. Thank you.